Buenas noches, buenas noches. Welcome to another episode of Español por las noches. Who do we have here tonight? I always ask this question, who's joining us on a Friday night? Whoever it is, they have no plans whatsoever. Let's see. Buenas noches, Marvin. There goes the first one. ¿Cómo estás, Marvin? ¿Cómo te trata este viernes por la noche? ¿Algún plan interesante? ¿Algo que quieras compartir con la clase? Buenas noches, Vladimir. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, muy bien, muy bien.
Hola a todas.
Buenas noches, Vladimir. ¿Cómo estás?
¿Todo bien? ¿Y tú? Fenomenal.
Fenomenal.
Genial.
Nice to hear that. Me alegro oír eso. Love to hear that. Okay. Esta noche, what's happening tonight?
Oh, I gotta give you a list.
We have a big reveal. And we're also going to answer any of your guys' questions that you may have about Spanish, about overcome the barrier, about the learning process, or how to go and schedule your first lesson, whatever it is that you guys want to ask us tonight's the night, the Q&A night. And we're also going to announce the winner of the 3 45-minute lessons. We're going to spin the wheel.
The contest that we run every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys sign up during the hour of our webinar, including this hour, we offer, you automatically enroll into a chance to win 3 classes, 45 minutes each, on top of the freedom lesson that you would complete. So
Exactamente.
last week, the winner was Debbie. And actually, Debbie has become, right?
Yeah.
Debbie, actually, I looked it up later. Debbie already signed up for paid classes. She liked the demo class so much that she signed up for paid classes afterwards.
Yay, there you go.
Bonus for her. Not that she needed it, but there you go.
There you go. Nice. So glad to hear that. Muy bien.
I'm going to move us a little bit to the right here, guys. It's actually a good place to have it in the first place. Yeah. And I'm going to work on the finding the winner real quick here. Boom. There you go.
And if you guys have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comment section of our TikTok live or here on our chat in the webinar. I'm also going to check YouTube just in case, because we're live there too. If you guys on YouTube have any questions about Spanish, anything, remember that I'm a good person to ask because I'm actually a native Spanish speaker.
She's not, guys. She's faking it.
Disculpa. Soy una hablante nativa del español.
Yeah, exactly. Because she has no accent when she speaks English. Therefore, people always give her, give her shit.
No, I do have an accent when I speak English. I have an American accent.
Exactly, American accent. Although she's never lived in America. So how did that happen? Who knows?
I actually don't know. I was going for a British accent when I started learning English. And now I'm here. Yeah. Muy bien. We have some people watching on YouTube. Nice. Bien.
So yeah, guys, any questions? For those of you that are just joining us on TikTok and you've never seen what we're doing here before, I guess,
and maybe we should go over a little bit of what we do for those of you who are joining us for the first time and who don't know what the hell is going on. What are these people talking about?
Yeah.
Well, what we do is we offer the amazing opportunity of learning Spanish by actually speaking Spanish with native Spanish speakers from Latin America, living in Latin America. So you basically get the full immersion, right? So we always say, what is the best way to learn a language? So is it going grammar rule by grammar rule and learning all the vocabulary and all the changes and all the stems and all the roots of all the words? Or is it better to just kind of have a go at it? So how much time would it take for you to become fluent in a language if you were to move to the country where they speak said language. So if you move to Latin America today, how long do you think it would take for you to become fluent in Spanish?
And we have just the person to ask that, right? Marvin, who is one of our more frequent viewers. Is he on?
Yes, he is. He's right here.
Marvin, let us know if you'd like to join us and talk about, because I know you've traveled a lot to different countries in Latin America. Let us know if you would like to join. We would request that you turn the video on if you choose to do so. He says 3 months.
3 months, he says it would take for you to become fluent if you were to drop everything and move to a Spanish-speaking country. Would you agree, Vladimir?
My experience when I came to America, and although I've studied English for 10 years prior to that, I wasn't a very good student or whatever. It took me probably a good 6 months to be able to stop translating. So if somebody said something in English in that case, for me, it took up to 6 months for it to register without having to translate it, right? And then maybe another 3 months to learn how to speak for the most part. But then you always kind of evolve, you always get better, you learn new vocabulary, you perfect your pronunciation, and et cetera, et cetera. So for me, it was longer, but I was also coming from a language that's written in a different alphabet, different concept. We don't have these many non-false cognitives or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
So
false cognates.
Like for example, I know for Valentina to learn Portuguese or to learn Italian would be 2 weeks, right? Because she
well, let's not say 2 weeks, okay? Someone's gonna challenge me to do it.
What would you say?
Oh, Marvin says, how do I get on Zoom? Yeah, do you want to join us, Marvin? Please come in. If you want to join us, I can make you a panelist. Just say so. How much time do I think it would take for me to learn Italian or Portuguese as a Spanish speaker? I would give it like a 3 months, like 6 months, maybe. Depends on how intense your training is and how dedicated you are.
Marvin set the stage. We've set the stage. If you were to move to Italy, what would that take?
If I were to move to Italy, I would give it anything between 3 months and 6 months. And you know why? And I actually have thought about this before, and I want to hear your take on it. So I think it's much more difficult to learn a new language, once you know English, whether you're a native speaker or not, an English native speaker.
What do you mean?
I mean that English is such a universal language. It's spoken everywhere. I spent a month in Italy, for example, and I didn't need to learn any Italian because I was speaking English to everybody. Even if they didn't know Spanish, they knew English.
Yeah, that's what sucks about it. You go anywhere in the world, everybody wants to practice their English skills.
Or they know English, right? And even for me, I was going for the easy thing, So once you learn English, or if English is your native language, it's much more difficult to find yourself in the position to challenge yourself. That's why I think that doing these classes is perhaps even better than immersion. Because in these classes, you have someone who's forcing you to speak Spanish, right? Because tutors are like, okay, we're going to do Spanish here, right? Even if they do speak English, they want you to practice your Spanish.
One thing I will mention, though, a lot of times, and this is the biggest pitfall for our students, and I've said it many times before, I even have one video on TikTok about it, is that what we expect as students is, and it's gonna take a couple minutes for me to explain. We want to learn the language the same way we learn math or science. We want to understand the logic behind it, right? It's almost the same thing as if you want to learn how to drive, you got to pop the hood and learn all the parts of the motor, right? And only then you get behind the wheel and start driving. Well, we think that, just like the kids, when they learn their native language, and even if they, at the age of 8 or 10, if they move to another country where they speak another language, they'll pick it up in 3-6 months without knowing all the ins and outs of why there is a certain way to say it, but we prevent ourselves, especially adults do, from learning it that way because of our insatiable desire to learn. Why? But why? Tell me why, explain why to me. But and it's okay to know that, right? The problem that I feel is that you take away from your time of immersion. Like if you just spend all that time trying to learn how the motor works, quotes and unquote, quote unquote, but instead you would just drive the car, you would be a much better driver. Instead of you spend these, more than half, like I remember this one student who was learning English, and he was so, adamant about wanting to sound so smart. As they like,
what is that? Never
as they
heard
like,
that.
as they say in Boston, smart, right? So
Oh.
he would like have a conversation for most of the time in Russian, in his native language. It was like, so that's what we want to encourage you not to do. Like spend as little as possible, try to understand. And that's why I respect somebody says viva la raza. I'm perfecting my Spanish with my instructor. Thank you.
Viva la raza, did they say?
Viva la raza. Yeah, but no, again, like spend that time driving the car. Don't spend the time learning the manual. Like just get behind the wheel and start driving.
And you know what? The great thing about languages is that worst case scenario, you make a fool out of yourself. With the car, you can hit someone, but with Spanish, like what's the worst thing that can happen,
Oh, I'll tell you what the word, I'll tell you a couple of words that I learned how to say that I didn't say correctly. Sinuses is not
Bien, seno.
Seno.
Yeah. Also means boob.
It also means boob. Who might have thought so? And then we have tenga.
Yes, which mispronounced means tongue. Yes. A lot of people mispronounce año, right? Which means year. They say it with an N. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't. Means something else. So,
yeah, those are the things. So we encourage you to say it. Now, the work on what's under the hood starts between the lessons. And maybe we can spend a little bit of time showing people what happens. So, we have Ricardo saying, I've learned that you have to have conversations and sometimes feel foolish in order to learn. Oh yeah,
definitely.
Don't feel foolish. Don't you worry, Ricardo.
and that's the best way to learn, like to actually, because otherwise you don't need it. And we need to feel like we need to learn. Otherwise, we're making a fool out of ourselves. Right. That's why people who usually who speak English, and are exposed constantly to other people who speak English, they don't have the need to need other languages, right? When I only spoke Spanish and I traveled, it was very frustrating. For example, I went to Croatia for a few days, right? So imagine me trying to learn Croatian. Wasn't gonna work, right? In 2 weeks. However, English, I had some sort of knowledge at the moment. And there, people spoke a little bit of English. So it was like, okay, I need to just connect the dots in order to get from somewhere to somewhere else. And with English, you have that ability of everywhere in the world, you're going to be understood. That's why you guys need to push yourself a little bit harder, you native English speakers.
Yeah, and as far as feeling stupid or foolish, well, if you guys been watching TikTok, our webinars, you can see that I've been exposed for my foolishness quite severely.
That's not true. That's not true. You make me look so bad. I always am. I'm a kind person, even when I'm telling you you're making mistakes.
Yeah. No, I want to make a pat out of myself and say I'm just such a perfectionist. I always expect the best from me.
Yes.
No. I think, as long as you understood, things just happen. Something just clicks. It just, just to kind of explain to you guys what normally happens, right? We first learn how to understand. Obviously, you can read, but reading is more, it gives you more time to kind of digest. When people talk and these Spanish speakers speak very fast, then what happens? You don't have time to to translate. So reading is, we can put that aside. Writing is the same thing. You can write, you can Google Translate, you can take your time with it. Speaking and understanding is something that happens in real time. You have to, and that's why I oppose so much the desire to translate. I cannot translate. I'd rather just stick to it, go through the pain of learning how to comprehend the language without translation. But so what happens with us is that what we do, maybe Valentina, you can share your screen and pull up our page, our website, octb.us, so we can quickly walk you through, because that will be probably the fastest way to do it. So so what happens is that obviously you have flexible schedule, it's online, it's very affordable, starting at $3 a lesson, all that jazz. But a lot of other companies offer that as well. So what makes us special is that during the class, our tutors not just trying to engage you in the conversation, but they transcribe verbatim what you say in real time, right? And
all of it.
So you can see it, right? You can see it. And that's in its own already a very powerful tool, because you now see evidence of how you were understood by a native speaker. And by the way, I like to joke about it and say, it doesn't matter what you meant to say. It only matters how you were understood by because your pronunciation does matter. So that's one thing, right? And it gives people a lot of confidence. One of our students said, I knew I was stupid, right? Talking about foolishness. Now I know for sure, but I'm no longer embarrassed about it. So
there you go.
But then looking under the hood, right? So what happens next? If you scroll down a little bit, Valentina.
And I just gotta say, interrupted for 1 second to say hi to everybody who's watching on YouTube. Nice to see people joining.
Yes, thank you. So what happens is that if you keep scrolling a little bit lower, keep scrolling.
Where are we going? Tell me.
Where we go? We go into this part right here. Up, a little bit higher, under the hood. So after your conversation, and about halfway through, right, when everything has been typed, what the tutor will do is they will make corrections. And this is just an example of how it would look like in English, right? Whatever you want to be, whatever needs to be added would be put in green. Whatever needs to be removed will be put in red. So then you know what is that specific part that you need to fix, right? And then if you scroll down, you can go back after the class is over. And again, I want to emphasize this point that you want to do this after the class. You don't want to spend 45 minutes out of 60 minutes trying to understand this in English.
Yeah.
We have a Viva la Raza 101. Are you, just so I'm clear, are you taking classes with us? Because she says, my instructor corrects the minor mistakes I make. I'm also learning new words. Yeah, thank you. I don't know if she's starting with us, but let's just give her a chance to respond. So anyway, once you go back, and this is when you pop the hood, take your time, look through your mistakes, review the transcript, complete with corrections. Our platform will automatically generate homework. It will look something like this, right? Where you will do a multiple choice exercise. You can do, fill in the blank, where you actually go in, add the green stuff, remove the red
all
stuff.
the nice things that everybody likes, you get to do, but it doesn't take away from the time you spend speaking with someone, which is what's actually going to help you speak Spanish.
Yeah, and then again, do you really need to know what is that tense called in order to use it correctly? In my experience, in my opinion, right, it's habitual more than knowledge. I can tell you, I can show you so many people that can tell you everything about the rule. They know everything about the rule, but when it comes down to speaking, they will still make the same damn mistake every time because it's just a habit. So how do you get rid of it? How do you get rid of the bad habit? How do you instill positive habit? Well, this green and red, it just sticks in your mind. just sticks there, you know. That's why I remember, maybe not that's not the only reason why I remember the word tanga or the word seno, but you know, that's how you remember these words.
Yeah, and on that note, the good thing about this is that what you avoid with this method is learning stupid things that you don't really need, or things that aren't not relevant to your life, right? You're not learning the purple elephant stood on the table in Spanish or stuff like that. You're only learning things and new words and new vocabulary that's going to be relevant to your daily conversations because you put them there. It's what you wanted to say, what you need to say, and that's what you're going to be learning. So for Vladimir, those two words apparently were very of great importance in
Those
his
are
daily life conversation.
Yeah, it's very granular. Now, I do have a question for you, Valentina. Now, in your experience,
Jesus.
are you a different person in English than in Spanish?
Oh, totally. Yes. And I'm at a point on my personal language learning journey, just so you guys know that it doesn't end ever, where I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to be as Valentina, as genuine as possible in both languages. But definitely you kind of put on a different persona when you switch between one and the other.
Which one you like more?
Oof, I like both. But I think I'm fine.
You know,
I like myself.
option A, B, C. That wasn't an option. You got to choose.
I like all of them. I think I'm funnier in Spanish just because I speak more freely in Spanish. But on the other hand, I think I'm more polite in English because I have to think maybe a little bit more before speaking. So there you go.
I didn't know
it's better for work.
I was gonna, but no. In all honesty, you know, I feel the same way. That maybe not when it comes to Spanish, but
Russian and English.
But Russian and English, for sure. I feel like you have a different, not personality per se, but a different mentality. It's mentality that impacts you.
Which one do you like more?
I would say English.
More than Russian? Yeah.
And the reason why is because I feel like I try to be more articulate, and I am. I try to sound more intelligent, I guess, than in Russian. I mean, I try to do that as well. That's just a personal goal of mine, I guess.
I get what you say. Well, yeah, because in your native language, then you're just very relaxed, right?
And it's challenging, right? You're always under pressure. No matter how long you've been living in America, people always gonna say, okay, you have an accent, where you from, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we have about 5-6 minutes left. Let's do the winner.
Okay. Let me pick up those names.
Yes, in Slack, you should see it.
Yep.
By the way, guys, thank you for 450 likes. For those of you that are enjoying this conversation, don't forget to aggressively double tap.
Den me gusta agresivamente.
So more people learn about what we're doing and share with your friends. Share with, post it on your social media. You know, we would love that. Thank you.
Yeah. And don't forget to go. Actually, we have a new TikTok video that was posted just a few hours ago, and you should go check it out because I think it's going to be very useful. What did you think, Vladimir, by the way? It was the 20 ways you may be being insulted in Spanish without you noticing.
Oh, thank you for posting it. I'm going to have to review that again, but I definitely need it because I'm going to Mexico on Sunday.
I think you know what's great about that video? It's the fact that I wasn't thinking about it as giving people ways in which they can insult other people, but giving people the opportunity of knowing whether they're being insulted or not, which I think is a great tool to have. And it's also...
Yeah, finish.
No, I think it's like it's insults from all over Latin America. So wherever you go, you're covered.
And before we spin the wheel, let's show our students that actually participated and signed up for a free demo lesson where to find it. Okay,
Yeah.
so go to the user panel of individual student, and depending on if you access it on the phone, you'll click on this little hamburger, they call it, right? And then you'll go to referrals, right? But if you do it on the computer, then you'll have a left-hand menu and you can click on referrals there as well. And then you'll scroll down, and at the very end here where it says register, this is your referral code. So these are, if we go back to the wheel thing, oh, Viva La Raza says the video was hilarious. So this is the list of people that have signed up for free demo lesson within an hour of our webinar, but who have not yet won 3 classes, 45 minutes. They have not been the winner yet. So right now we're going to spin the wheel and we're going to find out who is the winner.
Woo! My favorite part of the day. Yay! Okay, let's go. This is so excited. Oh, I thought it was going to be the other one. Yuba. There you go. Congrats, congrats, congrats. We have a winner.
Yes, this is the winner, guys. And you will be able to, after these webinar, we'll send an email to this student, and the student can continue to take the classes for free. Obviously, even Marvin says that it's going to take 3 months. So 3 classes, 45 minutes each is probably not going to make you fluent, but we hope that it will help you get a sense that you are improving. Would you say that 3 classes, 45 minutes each is sufficient enough to kind of see that this is the way that works for you, or you think it's still early?
Oh, I think it's more than enough. I think once you have that experience of exposing yourself to a native Spanish speaker, there's no going back, because that's the most fun you're going to get, right? That's the best way to learn. No one likes sticking their noses into books and remembering grammar rules. There, you're having fun, you're speaking, you're making friends, and you're practicing your Spanish. Yeah, it's more than enough. And you're going to see improvement, and you're going to be able to introduce yourself, talk about your hobbies, talk about yourself, where you're from, your dreams. There's so much you're going to learn in 3 45-minute lessons. You're only going to want more.
Yeah. All right, guys. Not that many questions today. We try to cover as much as possible as far as explaining to you guys what we do, what is the difference, what is the way to learn, just to quickly go over it. Learning the language is habitual.
Yeah.
Stop, get out of your own way. Stop trying to learn what's under the hood. Leave it off for the time after the class.
Yeah.
Spend your time immersed throughout the class. Force your tutor to speak Spanish to you. Force your tutor to explain things to you in Spanish. And I mean, most of our classes are on Zoom. You can record the class, right? You can go back and watch it if you're really serious about it. Pause it, rewind, and watch it again to hear how they say these things. And that will be like so much more useful than continuing to learn the difference between what is it imperfect versus what are the
Predated versus imperfect,
whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys, and if you've been tiptoeing around it, or you've been thinking about learning Spanish for a while, think about there's no better time to do it than right now. We're just starting in Hispanic Heritage Month. If you're someone who has a connection to the Latin American community, and if you want to reconnect with your roots, this is the way to do it. And here you can actually find tutors and connect with tutors who are from those countries, who can tell you and who can teach you not only Spanish, but about culture and about all of those amazing things that make Hispanic heritage.
We have another question. Does watching Spanish movies help you if you don't understand what they're saying?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And there's a little hack about it. Obviously, you need to start distinguishing the sounds and the words, because it can just be like, right? but that you start
Is that what Spanish sounds like to you?
pretty much. But yeah, but you can do a little hack about it, right? Put the subtitles on,
Yeah.
right? First you put subtitles in English, right? You start recognizing words, then you can put subtitles in Spanish. That will help you further distinguish it, and then slowly but surely you'll start learning. But yeah, this is the best way to learn listening comprehension. It's the cheapest. You don't need to spend a dime on that, because
and what I always kind of tell my students when they want to try that approach is kind of start with something that you've already watched a million times, that you really enjoy, that you know the plot to, because then you can mainly focus on listening, and you don't have to be worried about, keeping in touch with whatever's happening on the screen. You just need to listen, and it's a great exercise. Yes, definitely.
But that's what makes Spanish hard in particular, because when they speak it, they speak fast. They speak really fast.
Muy rápido. Yo no siento que hable muy rápido, Vladimir. Me parece que te estás confundiendo.
Yeah, and by the time you, it resonated, and you understood the word rapido, she already said 15 more words. Like, what the hell? So translation does not work. This is a perfect example. But anyway, guys, I feel like we're being redundant. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much for watching, guys.
If you guys want to be, to enter a chance to win 3 classes, today is included. You still have 30 more minutes. Go to octv.us, book a free demo lesson, and then next Friday we will announce another winner. And if you want, if you know some people that may benefit from this and want to try, please go to our TikTok bio, have them sign up to our webinar, send them this link, octb.us, or if you want to, you can even share our YouTube videos that we have, that you can find in our bio by clicking on a little Instagram button, and you will be redirected to YouTube channel, and that's where you can actually find all of our classes.
There you go.
You can follow along. But yeah,
and remember that Monday is off because it's a national holiday. It's Valentina's birthday.
Not just national, international holiday.
International holiday.
I would say universal.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Have an amazing weekend. We will see you Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
7:30 with Marvin, right?
Oh, Marvin, yes. I'm holding you accountable for that.